कूजन्तं राम रामेति मधुरं मधुराक्षरम् आरुह्य कविताशाखां वन्दे वाल्मीकि कोकिलम्। रामाय रामभद्राय रामचन्द्राय वेधसे रघुनाथाय नाथाय सीताया पतये नमः। जयत्याश्रितसन्त्रास ध्वान्तविध्वंसनोदयः प्रभावान् सीतया देव्या परमव्योमभास्करः परमव्योमभास्करः।
श्रीमते निगमान्त महादेशिकाय नमः। Manthara was extremely successful in brainwashing Kaikeyi. That Kaikeyi who began saying, Rameva Bharateva Vishesham Nopalakshay, I don't see a difference between Rama and Bharata, was now asking Manthara, please tell me a way how my son can become the heir apparent, how I can get rid of Rama. So in 1.5 hours time, Manthara was able to brainwash Kaikeyi. Manthara then narrates the history. Puradeva sure yuddhe saharaja rishibhih patihi agachat tvam upadaya devarajasya sahyakrit. When you assisted your husband Dasharatha in winning over the opposite party, the Asuras, the Rakshasas, he had offered to give you 2 boons. Those two boons, have you asked Kaikeyi? No, Manthara. I have never made use of those boons. I told him I'll ask later. I completely forgot about those 2 boons. So what should I do now? Manthara said, use those 2 boons. Get your son Bharata coronated. Yes. Yes, Manthara, you are the right person to tell me. I will make use of these 2 boons. I will surely ask that my son Bharata has to rule Ayodhya. Wait, what will you do with the other boon? I don't know, Manthara. Ask that Rama should go to Vanavasam for years together. Manthara, but my son is going to become the king. Why should I ask Rama to go to the forest? Then only there will be no struggle for power in your kingdom. Only when he goes to the forest, Bharata, who is already happily married to Mandavi, will produce a son or a daughter and they can become the heir apparent. So by the time Rama comes from the exile, Bharata, the existing king, will be there and the future king or queen will also be ready. After having heard this, Manthara thought, Kaikeyi, this is all I can say. I have spoken the truth. I have guided you in the righteous path. It is now for you to execute. Yautau deva sure yuddhe varauda dasharatho dadau tausmaraya mahabhage sortho natvam kramedati. Kaikeyi, now she praises Manthara. Manthara, I have never seen a person who's as intelligent as you. You are quick-witted, extremely sharp. What cleverness you have. Certificate Kaikeyi is giving to Manthara. Pragyam te navajanami sreshthe sreshtabhidhayini prithvivyamasi kubjanam uttama buddhi nischaye. I have known quite a few hunchback people in this world, she tells. Kaikeyi tells, I know quite a few hunchback people in this world. But you are the best amongst hunchback people. See, what is the certificate she gives? Prithivya masi kubjanam uttama buddhi nishchaye Tvameva tu mamartheshu nityayukta hitaishini. You always think goodwill and welfare for me, Manthara. Who is the other person in this world who can think as good as you, as sincere as you? Kaikeyi says, in case I win this case of asking those two boons and those two boons are granted by Dasharatha, I shall adorn you with whatever ornaments you want. Mukhe che tilakam chitram jatarupamaya shubham, jatarupam with gold. Karayishyami te kubje shubhanya bharanani cha. I shall adorn you with all possible ornaments that you want. Kaikeyi, after having told this to Manthara, Manthara quietly goes and hides herself. Now, Kaikeyi throws away all her Saumangalya Chinnam, all those that add auspiciousness to her. She takes the bangles, throws them away, takes the rings, throws them away, takes away the toe rings, throws them away, takes the anklets, throws away, takes the girdle, mekhala, throws them away. She keeps her very well-tied hair open. She throws away all the hair ornaments here and there scattered, and she lies on the floor. Udirna sambrambhata bovritanana tadava muktottama malya bhushana narendra patni vimana babhuvasa tamovritadyauriva magnataraka. A sky which has been adorned with such beautiful shining stars. Imagine for a moment, all the stars disappear, leaving the sky empty. So was Kaikeyi's state. Satamovrita dyauriva magnataraka. Dyauriva magnataraka. Without the taraka, without the stars, how will the sky look? Similar was the state of Kaikeyi. Now Dasharatha enters the court of Kaikeyi. Remember, Dasharatha might have asked his Kulaguru Vasishtha whether Rama was capable enough to rule Ayodhya. He might have asked his subjects to be democratic enough to understand their feedback and opinion. He has never informed anybody else, especially even Kaushalya was not informed. Even Rama's mother was not informed. His intent was, I have to go inform Kaikeyi first. So he comes to the Anthapuram of Kaikeyi. Pandura Brahma Vivakasham Rahu Yuktam Nishakaraha. Like the Rahu that envelops and creates darkness, so was this king coming into the Anthapuram, waiting for that darkness to engulf him, like how Rahu waits for the sun or the moon. Now, he wanted to express his intent of retiring to the forest. He was tired of administering, ruling. He wanted to go to the forest and meditate. Galita Vayasam Ikshvakunam Idam Hi Kulavratam. Following the steps taken by his ancestors, he too wanted to retire to the forest. Now Valmiki, look at Valmiki's sarcasm. He says when Dasharatha entered the Anthapuram, it looked as if a person who has won over his senses is entering. He says, Adya Ramabhisheko vai prasiddha iti jagnivan. So the one who has won over his senses, such is the king Dasharatha who is coming. Why is there sarcasm? See, in a few minutes from now, it is this person who is going to succumb to his senses when Kaikeyi shows her beauty, she shows her anger. This man succumbs to her pressure. So in what way has he won over his senses? So this is a sarcastic way. So he has not won over his senses. But to show sarcasm, Valmiki says, see, here Dasharatha is entering Kaikeyi's Anthapuram. Who is this Dasharatha? The king who has won over his senses. So there is such beautiful sarcasm interwoven here as well. Adya Ramabhisheko vai prasiddha iti jagnivan. Now Dasharatha asks, where is Kaikeyi? He asks the Sairandrikasis, strees, the hairdressers there. Where is Kaikeyi? The maid servant tells, Devadevi Brisham Kruddha Krodhagaram Abhidruta. She has gone to Krodhagaram. It seems there used to be a room built in those palaces in those days, where if the aristocratic people, the king of the royal family, people of the royal family, if they are angry, they can go to that room. So for anger, there was one room. So this maid servant tells, Deva Devi Bhrisham Kruddha Krodagaram Abhidruta. She is in Krodagaram, that chamber of anger. Where? Yes, Raja, she is in Kopa Bhavanam. She is in that Bhavanam where you can express your anger. Now, Dasharatha wonders, nobody has used that room for years together. Why is my dear Kaikeyi using that room? He runs running. Does this befit a king who rules a kingdom? He is so much subservient to his wife, he keeps running. He goes to that Bhavanam. Now she was lying on the floor. All the ornaments were scattered. Her hair is scattered. She is lying on the floor. How was she lying on the floor? Tulsidas ji tells, she knew that she will become a widow in a few days' time. So like how a future widow will lie, she was lying on the floor. Kumatihi kasi kubeshta phabi ana ahivatu suj janu bhabi. Bhabhi was lying on the floor like a future widow. Dasharatha sits on the floor. He looks at Kaikeyi who is sleeping on the floor. He says, my dear Kaikeyi, has someone insulted you? Has someone humiliated you? I will take revenge on them. Tell their name, Kaikeyi. Second, he says, has some illness come on you? Some physical illness? I will call the best of the medical practitioners to get yourself cured. Tell me, Kaikeyi. Second, do you need wealth, Kaikeyi? Do you need more wealth, ornaments? I will bring that to you, Kaikeyi. Whichever region you want from. He tells. Dasharatha uses this as an opportunity to tell the list of those provinces or kingdoms which are under his jurisdiction. Dravida Sindhu Sauviraha. Dravidaha is largely, today you can keep Telangana, Andhra, Tamil Nadu, Kerala, Karnataka, Goa and some parts of Maharashtra and Gujarat. These form the region of Dravida. They are along the coast, right? They are sandwiched between waters. You have Bay of Bengal here, you have Arabian Sea, you have Indian Ocean. So this entire coast, that way you can ask even Bengal and Odisha have a coast, but they are called by different names. This is Dravida. So he says, Dravidaha Sindhu Sauviraha. Sindhu Sauvira is the Sindh province, to some extent Baluchistan. These are all the regions called Sindhu Sauvira, which is in the current Pakistan and Afghanistan. Dravida Sindhu Sauviraha. Saurashtra, the leftover part of Gujarat. Some parts go into Dravida, some parts are leftover. It is called Saurashtra. Saurashtra Dakshina Pathaha. Whatever regions I have left in this Dravida, Saurashtra, those regions too. Vangam Angam, region of Odisha and Bengal. Magadha is Bihar. Matsyaha Samruddha, Matsya Desham. Later in Mahabharata, we will have the Panchapandavas doing their year of incognito in that region. So, Samruddhaha, Kashi Koshalaha, Kashi, Uttar Pradesh, Koshala, the region where they were. So, he in fact includes a large section of the Indian subcontinent, stating all this is under my control. Do you want wealth from these regions? Has some illness engulfed you? Should I bring the doctor? Do you feel that someone has insulted you? Should I go and fight with that person? Tell me what you want, I will do. Now, he slowly lifts Kaikeyi from the floor, like how a hurt doe is lifted by the hunter and puts her on the bed and asks, Kaikeyi, what upsets you? She doesn't open her mouth. Will she? Let's check in the next episode. Dear Astika reader, I am happy to be authoring a 2-part book on the Ramayana in English. The first part is slated for release in the year 2024. The book aims to recreate and retell the Ramayana of Valmiki, conforming to the ancient commentaries and other allied literature. To receive notifications of the book release, kindly register with www.deshikadaya.org/books. Namaskaram.